introduction, besides being the head of international office, I do write music for a longer time now, but my last performance was actually before Corona. I had a band, and I, by that time, could not play guitar because I had problems with my hand. So it's a long time that I performed in front of a group, and I'm also very excited and a little bit nervous, and I will give you, the songs I write actually are telling parts of my story. So I started as a singer-songwriter, actually performing on the streets. So this is how I started, and I started very late, just to let you know. After my divorce, I was 36, so it was the first time I was on the streets with my guitar when I was 36, so that's a couple of years ago. And by now I actually wrote over 100 songs, and someone told me, someone kind of famous, he's actually the guitar player of Robbie Williams. He said, 10% of what you do is really good. So maybe when I retire, I will produce a CD. I don't know yet. And thanks to Lucy, because she's actually the one who brought me here this time. I told her my story and that I don't have time to perform and to be creative. She said, you have to perform. It's actually happening here once a month. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for listening, and thank you for my support. The first song you hear is called Don't Do This. And just to let you know, I write songs in German dialect, actually Corinthian dialect, and in English. Sometimes when you look at me, it's always when you lie to me that I don't know if you do care, that I don't see that you are fair. I leave you in my knowledge here, you leave me in my deepest fear that something might be wrong with us, that something is quite dangerous. So don't do this. Don't do this, don't you? The games you play with me each day, you say you will be here today. I don't believe you anymore when I see you face back in my door. I never hurt you, you were fine. I gave you room in this heart of mine. You said you feel so homey here. You said you want to stay with me, so don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't you. Trust again, say, how should I love you again? How silly was I to believe? How blind was I to let me fall? I thought you were my savior here. I thought you loved me. Oh my dear, don't do this anymore with me. No, never ever fuck with me. So